Television history was made on May 23, 2010. After 6 seasons of polar bears and fish biscuits, Lost finally found an ending. For many, the finale had been a long time coming after several seasons of narrative gymnastics and ignored mysteries. Predictably, the end was a divisive affair. The Flash Sideways timeline church reunion proved confusing, and still gets frequently misinterpreted as purgatory even today. The revelation that Lost's entire mythology seemed to revolve around a giant cork also landed awkwardly for some. Beyond the wonky timelines and glowing orifices, however, the bulk of the Lost finale frustration emanated from a lack of real answers. Every solution led to 3 more questions. Fortunately, the end wasn't quite as final as its name suggested, and Lost's real closing episode followed 3 months later. Lost's real finale, The New Man in Charge. Despite being billed as an epilogue, The New Man in Charge was really the final episode of Lost. Not only did it feature multiple main Lost cast members, but the overall story feels incomplete without it. The first time I watched The New Man in Charge, it blew my mind just as much as the official finale 3 months prior. Released as a special feature on the Season 6 DVD release, The New Man in Charge offered a peek into Hurley's reign as the island's new protector. The basic premise involved Ben Linus, Hurley's right-hand man, setting things straight after the regime change. Along the way, Lost was able to solve the lingering mystery of the Dharma Initiative supply drop and explain the giant bird Hurley saw in Season 2. The true purpose of Room 23 was confirmed, and a little more insight given into Dharma's reason for keeping polar bears on the island. The New Man in Charge also made a valiant effort to tie up the loose end of Walt, whose special nature had been abruptly dropped by the main series. While the finer details of Walt's connection to the island remain unexplained, The New Man in Charge at least offered a broad answer, which was better than no answer at all. Why The New Man in Charge is more than just an epilogue. It's quite clear that The New Man in Charge was intended to placate fans left frustrated by Lost's hefty load of unanswered mysteries. And if the episode was merely fan service, a glorified Q&A session, it would be difficult to view as anything other than a tacked-on bonus rather than a formal ending. What made The New Man in Charge Lost's true final episode wasn't quickfire mystery solving, but the closure it offered for 3 main characters. Lost's ending teased redemption for Ben Linus, but The New Man in Charge showed the other's ex-leader making good on that promise. Fans got to see a confident, self-assured Hurley oozing an aura of quiet authority. And, of course, Walt was plucked from the wilderness and taken home after being abandoned by the other survivors, and, indeed, the writers. The New Man in Charge wasn't just about crossing off as many lingering mysteries as possible, it offered genuine emotional closure for main characters in a way the end failed to. Post-credit scenes weren't particularly in vogue during Lost's era, but The New Man in Charge was essentially that. Just as the best post-credit scenes are actually the end of the movie rather than a bonus Easter egg, think Ant-Man being stuck in the quantum realm rather than the Captain America PSA video, The New Man in Charge was the post-credit scene of Lost, not quite the official ending, but unmissable nonetheless.